Okay. Coming up on AgweekTV, crops are in, but are they getting the rain they need? We'll check western Minnesota. A Cass County family is taking an unusual approach to growing an apple orchard. We'll take you to their biodynamic farm. And why are these high schoolers taking their tractors to school? I hopped in to find out. Welcome to AgweekTV. I'm Shawna Olson. After one of the earliest and smoothest planting seasons in recent memory, some growers found themselves in need of rain. Though the upper Midwest is generally doing fine on moisture overall, there are pockets that are too wet or dry. Agweek made a recent swing through Minnesota Lakes country. Here's what we found.
Most of the upper Midwest is doing fine on moisture, but there are dry pockets. We're in one of them here in Perham, Minnesota.
The overall moisture situation up to this point, we are dry. Up to this point, we had fairly decent germination, but that's what I'm going out now to just check some fields. We did have a cold spell here with the frost, and I was just out checking some fields that I was out 5 nights ago looking at where they're making a nice turnaround for us. So all in all good. I guess time's going to tell.
The irrigation helps, and there's no immediate need for more rain. But farmers and ranchers here definitely would appreciate some.
The soil temperatures were cold, and you add cold water to the crop. You can give cold shock to the seed, and that runs into an issue too. Between the soil temperature and cold irrigation water.
For Agweek, I'm Jonathan Knutson.
Otter Tail County, where Perham is located, is Minnesota's largest producer of dry edible beans. When Jonathan visited, some producers were still waiting for rain to plant beans. Good weather also means upper Midwest ranchers are enjoying one of the smoothest calving and lambing seasons on record. Livestock producers in the region generally begin calving and lambing in early February or late March. David Olilla, sheep field specialist with SDSU Extension, says the generally dry and mild winter put less stress on pregnant cows and ewes, made for easier birthing and held down illness.
We've certainly had a very good spring that's been very accommodating in both the lambing and calving aspects of those animals. So, yeah, very positive spring.
In addition, timely rains recharge soil moisture and have gotten pastures and hay fields off to a good start. The National Ag Statistics Service reports range and pasture conditions as mostly good or excellent in the Dakotas and Minnesota. NDSU Extension specialists recently conducted what may be the world's first test using large unmanned aerial systems for gathering ag data. The project was based out of the Hillsborough, North Dakota airport. The study covered a corridor 40 miles long and 4 miles wide. The unmanned aircraft weighed 1,200 pounds and had a 35-foot wingspan. It carried 400 pounds of equipment to collect crop imagery more efficiently than smaller UAVs already in use.
To date, unmanned aircraft, we've used small ones, which I think has a great potential, but you can only collect maybe 1 square mile in an hour. Here we can collect 50,000 acres in an hour. The object is to try to use imagery to help manage crops, whether it's nitrogen or fertilizer management, in-season fertilizer management, whether it's insect or disease management or weed infestation and weed management. Obviously, why collect imagery at 400 feet if you can do it at 3,000 feet at a lot less expensive? Or why do it at 3,000 feet if you can do it at 8,000 feet?
The project is a public-private partnership funded by the North Dakota Department of Commerce. There's some new science that flies in the face of what most people have been led to believe about milk and other dairy products. A number of new studies find higher fat dairy products like whole milk might be better for you than lower fat counterparts. The research shows higher fat dairy can better protect against type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. Julie Garden-Robinson, an NDSU nutrition specialist, says over time, many Americans have switched to lower fat dairy in response to scientific data about the health risks of a high fat diet. And that's still the official U.S. dietary recommendation. However, Garden-Robinson says, don't overthink it.
Dairy is just an excellent nutrition package. Milk contains 9 essential nutrients that are needed for good health, including calcium, vitamin D, potassium. I think whatever kind of milk that your family will consume is the best kind for you. But keep calories in mind and remember the old keys to nutrition: variety, balance, and moderation.
2% accounts for 35% of fluid milk sales. Whole milk is second at 27%. Fluid milk sales are down in recent years, but Americans are eating more yogurt and cheese. In fact, U.S. milk futures contracts have collapsed to a 6-year low as dairy farmers boost production amidst slowing consumption. Since early April, milk futures prices have dropped 13%, while corn is up 11% and soybeans are up 17%. In addition, dairy farmers face rising feed and other costs. Up next on AgweekTV, I go for a ride in a tractor, but there's no farm fields to be found, only asphalt and concrete.
How did we become the region's largest independent seed company? By taking a very simple but powerful stand. We will sell no seed that we wouldn't be happy to plant on our own farm. Peterson Farm Seed. Stand tall.
Where do you go for the latest news in agriculture? Agweek magazine. Reaching over 30,000 farmers and ranchers in North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, and Montana. Agweek provides the most up-to-date information on the markets, the trends, and the people who make it all happen. We're your source for news, not fluff. Dependable, trusted, Agweek. Subscribe today by calling 1-800-811-2580.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Total Ag Industries is the leader in total control. Their custom-built fertilizer systems are the crown jewel of the Total Ag lineup. Total Ag systems come with a fully customizable fill system, and the variable rate hydraulic drive system works with John Deere displays for real-time feedback and complete fertilizer monitoring. Total Ag's field-tested design allows precise control and accurate application in your fields for better yields and more profit. Contact Total Ag by phone or visit totalag.com.
Whether you're on the job or on a mission, hauling your gear is quick and reliable with an easy towing utility trailer from Home of Economy. Transport heavy loads in a hard-working Newman's brand trailer with its durable powder coat finish and treated lumber bed. Or for lighter hauling, count on an affordable carry-on trailer. At Home of Economy, you'll find everything for safe hauling, including hitches, replacement lights, and ratchet straps, all at the guaranteed lowest price.
Home of Economy, where your dollar buys more.
Over the past several years of covering agriculture, I've had the privilege of sitting shotgun in many different types of tractors and in many different cabs. My latest cruise, however, well, it takes the cake. National FFA Week is in February, but in Barnesville, Minnesota, they hold FFA Week in May. One of the activities involves students coming to school in some big, expensive rides. I'm here with Walker Erdman from Barnesville, Minnesota, and today is a very exciting day for Barnesville High School students. You get a chance to drive your tractor to school today. Walker, how fun is this?
It's really fun. You know, we get to take big equipment down the main street of Barnesville and park it in the school parking lot once a year.
All right, and I get to go along with you today.
Yep, you can let's go for a ride.
Let's go.
This is one of those things they start asking me, when are we doing it? When are we doing it? Back in, in February.
This is a Case 305 Magnum. It's a 2006.
It belongs to his uncle, but Walker spends a lot of time in it on the farm. Not your average ride to school. There's a lot of money.
A lot of money sitting here.
First, they have to get the big iron to town.
A lot of this stuff comes straight out of the field, so I just talked to one of the girls. They just got done doing some work with it right outside of town, so she didn't have to drive it very far.
Took like 45 minutes to get to town.
How long does it normally take?
15-ish. I was really nervous at first, but once I got going, it was all right.
Last year I drove a quad track from my dad's farm, and that took me like an hour and a half.
They line them up at one end of town. And we're off.
And we're off.
Cool. A parade down the main drag, with Walker leading the pack like the Grand Marshal. The scene captures attention. So check it out, there's a good crowd.
Yeah, we got a little crowd watching us over there. They're used to seeing tractors come down the main street. There's always tractors up and down the drag of Barnesville, but it's pretty cool when you got a bunch following each other, I guess.
I do love it. It's very fun when they do it. We like to be a part of it.
9 tractors total, an average turnout for Drive Your Tractor to School Day, with a good representation for both the red and the green. It's Case, but I hear you're not a Case guy.
Not a huge Case guy, no. I'm a John Deere guy.
But you're okay in this one
I'm
today?
okay in this one. I like this tractor too.
How often do you get to drive a piece of equipment that's worth $100,000 to school?
Yeah, I mean, everybody drives a real nice car that's worth $40,000 and think they got something, and that ain't even you can't buy much of a tractor for $40,000. So.
And what do you think about this day? What is the feeling you get? Is this a pride issue or what is it?
I think it's just fun. Like, I think it's fun to get all these people together and drive them down the main street of Barnesville. It's not something that happens all the time, and we get to do it once a year, so we try to have fun with it.
The short cruise ends with the grand finale, lining them up in the school parking lot.
And there's the ride.
That's awesome. Where friends, classmates, and one proud uncle show up to show support.
You got to let them do this stuff. These young people, if they're involved in agriculture, that's what we want. We want to keep the trend going.
Barnesville High School also has Drive Your Diesel to School Day, but the FFA advisor says not as many students take part. Is the rain gone, and can we look forward to some great growing weather in the near future? Your agri-weather forecast is next. And later in this week's commentary, Mikkel Pates gives us his take on a controversial hog farm plan near Buffalo, North Dakota.
It's hard not to take pride in what I do. I think everyone here sees the value in what they're creating. We work hard to make every window a true Minn Kota window.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone.
Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
This is Dennis Belisky reminding you we do auctions and we do them well. You've built your operation with hard work, and when it's time to sell, all or part, you deserve the best. Details from repairs and preparation to promotion and settlements are not routine. Chances are you'll only do this once, so we'll tailor an auction just for you and get it done right. On site at your farm or added to one of our highly successful Alaris Center auctions, we have the skill, reputation, and integrity to meet your needs with best-in-class commitment and quality service. Find us at resourceauction.com or call 701-757-4015.
We taught him how to hit a baseball, how to hit a receiver, the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
North Country Marketing is your weed and mosquito control headquarters, carrying the Easy Rider ATV mounted sprayer, pull type ATV sprayers, 3-point sprayers with 6-foot to 30-foot booms, utility vehicle mounted sprayers, 48-inch pull type weed rollers, and the new 72-inch model. We also carry walk behind weed rollers and estate sprayers. North Country Marketing has the sprayers you need for this season, and we ship anywhere. Contact North Country Marketing toll-free or visit us at northcountrymarketing.biz.
What I believe sets us apart is the way our products are crafted. Every frame has to have a precision to it that you don't see in other brands. It's what makes it a true Minn Kota window.
Weather portion of Agweek now, an interesting contrast in conditions. First of all, this goes back to a week ago. Last Sunday night, an area of heavy thunderstorms moved up over eastern North Dakota. These rain amounts from the North Dakota Ag Weather Network website from NDSU. And you can see a lot of 1 to 2 inch amounts just to the west and northwest of Fargo. Hardly any rain in Fargo, and points east were pretty light. Back west across North Dakota, the storm simply did not materialize. There was a second round of rain midweek around Wednesday. That also produced some pretty generous rains, the heaviest probably up in the northern parts of the Red River Valley, and a lot of this ended up being around a half an inch to 1.5 inches, and some of that actually did get into western Minnesota. So we've gotten some nice rain, but at the same time, the same week, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration has issued its seasonal drought outlook, and it has placed much of eastern North Dakota, northeast South Dakota, and northern Minnesota in an area where drought development is expected over the course of the summer, over the next 3 months. So 2 questions here. One, how does that work? And second of all, why? Well, there are a couple of things that NOAA is looking at. First of all, let's investigate the situation. Yes, we are still going to be getting some of these scattered rains. June, after all, in North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota is on average the rainiest month of the year. Most years, it's the rainiest month of the year. So we generally get some rain, but I do expect it to be a little more scattered and, generally speaking, a little less than what we've gotten over the last few years and a little less than what is average. Second to that is, it is likely to be warmer than average. I'm not talking crazy hot, I'm just talking warmer than average over the course of the summer. And with that in mind, there's going to be more evaporation. So with rainfall a little less than normal and evaporation a little more than normal, the soils will be losing some moisture, and that will make things drier than average. Thus, it's not going to be like 1988, it's not going to be like 1936, but by the end of summer, drought will likely begin to appear. Crop moisture will be a problem. I don't expect municipal water shortages to be terrific. It's just going to be dry up here in the north. Jet stream this week, looking like a little more summery pattern as we're starting to see some amplitude in the polar jet stream. This is going to indicate slightly warmer than average weather, and that's going to mean also a few more chances for some showers and thunder showers here across the northern plains. The west looks completely dry. The southeast will have some showers and thunderstorms, and right through the middle of the country, yes, there will be some showers and some storms this week and next week as well, but like I've been saying, they will likely be fairly widely scattered and, generally speaking, just a little bit below average. In other words, like I've been saying all spring, this summer, the northern plains region is going to rely on timely rain.
Where do you go for the latest news in agriculture? Agweek magazine. Reaching over 30,000 farmers and ranchers in North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, and Montana. Agweek provides the most up-to-date information on the markets, the trends, and the people who make it all happen. We're your source for news, not fluff. Dependable, trusted, Agweek. Subscribe today by calling 1-800-811-2580.
We believe in a fair and balanced approach to state and federal regulation. Proposed changes to OSHA's anhydrous ammonia policy, EPA's Waters of the U.S., the Clean Air Act, and endangered species are a few examples of what we are facing. The one-size approach doesn't work for North Dakota. Agriculture Commissioner Doug Goring wants to work with you to protect our state. Go to our website to see the latest issues that affect not only agriculture today, but for future generations.
Commitment. You need it to succeed on the farm. It's total dedication to the land, family, and community. It's more than a way to make a living. It's a way of life. You've had it since the first time you ran your hands through the soil, helped bale hay, or rode along in the combine. Your commitment, it's as strong as your family's trust, as honest as each long day you put in, and as pure as the opportunity that comes with every tomorrow. It's how we build our bins. With proven design, superior structural integrity, a lifetime warranty, and a promise to stand with you, no matter what storms come your way. The harvest will always be protected, so you can sell when it's right for you, your family, and your farm. Commitment. It's why we can say, there's nothing standard about superior.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
AgweekTV, sponsored by Peterson Farm Seed.
The planned Rolling Green hog farm near Buffalo, North Dakota has generated plenty of controversy. Proponents say it will be good for the economy. Opponents say it will come at too high of a cost to the environment. Neighbors fear the smell. Here's Mikkel Pate's take on the issue.
This week I got a call from a wheat and barley grower in northwest Montana who wanted to talk hogs and the proposed sow barns planned for Buffalo, North Dakota. He lives a quarter mile from a Hutterite hog farm and said he's been dealing with excessive odor issues. Now, I can't say whether the North Dakota State Health Department should approve the environmental permit for buffalo, but I've generally said that this state needs more livestock. A 9,000 hog sow farm is not an unusual size today. It will be owned by individual hog producers rather than a large-scale integrator. Grain farmers in the area can benefit from the manure. The Montana man was initially told that the lagoon and the barns that he was living near wouldn't be a problem, and he believed it. He said the smell problems at the Hutterite barns had been bad, but that they had gotten better. He expects them to get even better if the colony installs an impermeable lid over the top of their lagoon. He wanted me to tell the folks in Buffalo to make sure the Rolling Green has adequate plans for handling dead pigs. I agreed and told him that I perceived that the Pipestone Systems folks are capable of running a professional operation. I know what it's like to live right on top of a hog farm, and I know it can be annoying. But as the Montana farmer pointed out, hog technology is improving. Maybe we should try to keep as much pork production as we can at home in the United States. A new poll indicates Americans are concerned about foreign control of the U.S. food supply, especially China. Our livestock science graduates from land-grant institutions may enjoy jobs where speaking Mandarin isn't mandatory.
Taking organics a step further, we'll meet a family growing a biodynamic orchard. We'll tell you what that is up next on Agweek.
How did we become the region's largest independent seed company? By taking a very simple but powerful stand. We will sell no seed that we wouldn't be happy to plant on our own farm. Peterson Farm Seed. Stand tall.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone.
Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country, right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
North Dakota soybean farmers put food on tables all over the world, including their own. That's why it's important that we produce healthy, safe, affordable food. It's also important that we keep up with demand. Today's farmer feeds 155 people per year. Compare that to a farmer only 2 generations ago who produced enough for just 26. Most North Dakota farms are still family-owned and operated because our care of the land that feeds the world today is our children's legacy for tomorrow.
time to demand more. With Micro Essentials, you get more from every acre. Through our fusion technology, only Micro Essentials combines 4 vital nutrients into one powerful granule, ensuring uniform nutrient distribution and increased nutrient uptake. The innovation behind our fusion technology means you'll grow stronger, healthier plants. Micro Essentials. Get more from every acre.
A Cass County family is starting a biodynamic apple orchard near Ayer, North Dakota. The orchard is on Stacy Nelson's family farm, which has been organic since the early 80s. But she says biodynamic is a step farther than organic. She likens it to homeopathic medicine. It's a philosophy that emphasizes crop diversification, perennial plantings, and using the cycles of the moon and other celestial and terrestrial influences on biological systems.
This is a lot of extra work, to do this. And, it's organic farming in itself is extra work, and then to take that and add the biodynamics onto it, to be doing all of this extra work, and especially work that you're not seeing a immediate result, it takes time. You have to believe in it.
Right now we're trying to learn as much as we can about making cider. We're experimenting with what apples we get here for another year or two. We're trying to get it out there a little bit and trying to get some people tasting it and seeing what they think. And yeah, we'll slowly develop that reputation, I think. But once we can get actually in the market, I think it should go pretty quick.
This venture has lured Stacy's dad, Chuck Nelson, out of retirement to help out. Nelson says he's been interested in biodynamic agriculture for decades, but didn't have the manpower to put it into practice.
It's basically proven itself to us and to many people who are doing it. I would say like the shelf life of the food is longer, things grow better, use things like dandelions, the bees are very important. We have hundreds of monarch butterflies around here, and we're probably the only place in North Dakota that has more monarch butterflies than they know what to do with, and I believe it's because of the biodynamic agriculture.
Since 2012, the family has planted 1,400 apple trees on 11 acres. This week's photo comes from Kathy Bjornstead from Walhalla, North Dakota. Little Brody is learning the ropes on the farm. Cute shot. If you want to see your ag photos on AgweekTV, email your photo and a description of what's happening in the picture to photos@agweek.com. Thanks for watching this week's edition of AgweekTV. Remember, for all your ag news, go to agweek.com. We'll see you next week.